Oh, that's true though.
So
It's a pause for Matilda, I just remembered.
So it's weird because both of them are going for sustain, and the Barangay's going in half-cocked.
All right, we'll see if that happens here. Let's load up the game number 1 here for Smart Omega versus Brand Esports here in week number 6.
Now for Smart Omega again, just to reiterate on this post 4 hero, this is somehow part of their strategy, although they double down in terms of the zone out potential with Chaknu on this Grok. And speaking of zone out, it's really more of them given vision. They really have to compensate on the lack of burst, hence they need more information over the other team.
That's very crucial. Right now, this info game here, and Apbr just dealing so much damage onto this Grok, just making sure that they're showing them who's boss. You can't go bullious right now. We're tanky AF.
Yeah, but so far, given the early rotations, it looks like as you would, right? As you would, the Baksha clears so fast.
Yep.
And he was not at all bothered. He's an unbothered king, even if the Mamba checked in on him. Kyle TZ's ahead here.
Oh yeah,
classic,
for sure.
classic Grok and even the Baksha with a fast rotation. So this is gonna be a slow one since we have a very sustainable or very high sustain type of lineup for Apbr. Even for Smart Omega, as much as possible, they want to lock up those ultimates as early as possible.
Oh.
I would say for both of these teams, yeah, they have so much sustain because of Ferraga armor, because of the guiding wind. Not to mention you've got one of the most difficult to pin down junglers in the game with a heavy spin.
No, he's the one who pins you down.
He's the one who pins you down. Exactly, Leo. So this game could go either way right now, but it's interesting for me when I saw in the draft is how they're going to play this out in the late game. Kelra on the bait, the Ixia is massive.
Oh. Here we go, circling Eagle, knocking up Ogwin, waiting for that level 4, gets the ult, in comes Kyle TZ with the roll and the puissance, Ogwin with the Minoan Fury! How about we play in a bouncy house? Kyle TZ, despite the heavy spin, scores the turtle. Now Matt's very low, can Flap TZ finish the job? The answer's no, we are free of death here, folks. It's a pacifist run for both these teams, 2 minutes in.
Well calculated by both, but at the same time, it really matters, the battle of retribution in terms of the objective taking. We saw somehow that Apbr is still continuing with that aggression against Omega.
Yeah, it's looking like this wall isn't really enough to slow them down.
Whoa.
Well, he's doing his best. He's a Chalk Mamba for a reason.
I mean, he used the power of nature to clear out the purple and the baby purple. So at least Matt can hold on. It went from good to worse there. Now, Matt struggling, but still gets a little Wanderer.
And speaking of struggling, Apbr won't struggle in terms of fast rotations because of the emblem and talents that he chose. 2 on the 3 actually on the wilderness plus the agility, and we have Brave Smite for Flap TZ on this Uranus. So expect sustain plus only healing for this guy as long as there is a good rotation from him.
Yeah, gone are the days of the Farsa, so that 39 Farses is not really showing here right now. Oh, look at this though.
Tomas answers back with a circling eagle, cancels it out as Kyle TZ goes in for the ult. Apbr bearing hard on this gold lane.
That's a lot of early items onto the Irifel as well. All of this chaos leading to Super Marco and Killer having relatively good laning phases for both of them.
Yep, Super Marco already has the Haas clause, by the way, so we will see him be part of the double laning. And because the turtle will spawn here at his lane. So what's nice for Apbr and what's working for them is that even Etomax and Chaknu's possible rotation is being stopped by Ogwen because Ogwen is always one step ahead.
Yeah, they're always just one step forward.
Even Flap TZ actually.
Yeah, just showing them who's boss, like I said earlier. Just showing that these are the things you can do against our lineup. We know what they are. You can't really mind game us out of this one.
Ooh, Turtle's already up, second one of the game. Apbr first of the scene. Chaknu charging the power of nature here. Flap TZ coming in from the flank. There's the jump in. And the circling eagle. Etomax looking for one. Full on cancels it, and that's a turtle reset.
Huh, interestingly enough. I would have thought Omega would have actually forced it a little bit. They're realizing it's so hard to put a dent on these heroes. We can't really poke them out.
Yeah, and they waited for Matt to be level 7 as well, although Kyle TZ is almost close to level 8.
Here we go. Heavy spin coming in from Matt. It's Few who takes the turtle, shields and damage on apbr, shields and damage, and they crash right onto map. First blood drawn onto Jungler from the Smart Omega, and the full barrage takes down Ogwin. Flap easy, very low. Ryota gets a revenge kill just as quickly. The barangay on the board, 2-1.
Beautiful counterplay there, putting some points on the board, like you said, and keeping that gold very, very close.
Yeah, good trade by Smart Omega during that time because it somehow limited the a possible lead for apbr during that turtle take. So it is a good rotation for them, and for apbr, they really have to look forward on the damage by Kelra with those full barrage, although Super Marco was also there as well. So yeah, looking at the items, so 100 or maybe around 50 gold lead for Kelra. Not really that much. It is more on the gold conversion or how Omega and apbr will activate their gold laners.
Oh, Ina, Carl, I think we have pulled a boo-boo here.
Yeah.
I can't believe we've been talking about this about 6 minutes into the match and we haven't talked about the Filipino savage factor.
That's true. I actually saw what you're saying in that match. He held on to that full barrage for a long time, up until after the turtle happened.
From full barrage to full garage.
Yeah, he basically parked it. You're right.
He put the full in full barrage.
Oh yeah, you know it.
All the way. Now apbr trying to make up for some lost time again. They allowed Kelra all the space up top. Now they're trying to bear down once more on the gold lane. Look at that tier 1 down bottom. They want to break it.
Oh, let's go ahead and take us some gold here. But again, it seems like Omega kind of knows what's up. Already advancing as well, and making sure that Kelra is still going to be relatively safe.
Yep, lane is really effective for Smart Omega actually, because Smart Omega was able to destroy a turret already at the top lane. So even for apbr, they are having a hard time to destroy this turret at the bottom lane. So Smart Omega still on that characteristic of waiting for the perfect timing for them. Now for apbr, they need to capitalize on the minimal lead that they have because they are on the sustain side.
Here we go, final turtle's up. Etomax pulls the trigger, looking for one. Black shoes by Few, still alive. And they're going for the scrum. In comes the Minoan Fury into the skies. Kyle TC scores a turtle. And the guiding wind into the full barrage. I didn't know that was possible. The last insanity from Ryota. Not enough damage put on the board. apbr walks away happy with the big win. 800 gold ahead.
Even with these fancy maneuvers, like you said, I actually don't also know. I forgot that could be a thing. You can do it with Farsa, you can do it with Ixia.
Yeah.
Right, so that's beautiful, but it's not enough to put it down on apbr.
Whoa!
They're still going.
They're finding Marco. Knocks him up into the air. Super Marco slain by Etomax. They're looking for revenge. Ryota still standing. apbr couldn't find it.
Look at this. They know they don't have the firepower. They're backing off.
They're not done yet, though.
Wild charge by the Mamba. Throws Few into the skies. A last insanity by Ryota. But it wasn't the last because Few pulled the trigger on the black shoes. Caldizi getting sandwiched in by the Mamba. There's a little bit more damage from the Omega side from top. Oh, they disengage.
Okay, a bit of confusion as to who's going to be the target here for both. But yeah, for Smart Omega, it's really more of the aggression for them. apbr, they know their standpoint. They know when they should disengage. And for Few, it's okay if he uses that black shoes, even on that turtle earlier. It's as if Etomax is forcing Few, by the way, to use the black shoes prior any objective taking, which is effective for them, but Few knows.
It actually worked for a little bit, but at the very least, you know what? It feel like a bit of a wash. Because teams, again, the targeting was very problematic for both sides.
I mentioned this about 5 minutes ago. I'm going to say it again. Kelra hasn't died. This is a big problem for the Hive.
True that though. That's true. So that's something that, you know, Brand can kind of just keep their eyes on here right now. But look at this. Omega trying to equalize on the gold here, taking the tower.
Oh, they got another turret down bottom. apbr have been winning the skirmishes, but not a single turret taken, save for that one up top. Now they're fighting for the Little Wanderer. It's scored by Omega.
Good point on the observation that Kelra hasn't died even a single moment for this game, because it's really difficult for apbr's lineup to penetrate the position of Kelra later on.
True.
With having the Grok and even Akai, but we'll see. This is third objective, Lord rather, for both.
Here we go, the dance. Etomax cancels the circling eagle, and they roll out. Ogwin coming in, and the full barrage. Kelra not dealing enough damage here. They disengage. They're gonna have to wait for it.
They're not quite there yet. Kelra, despite not getting kills, despite so much gold, barely making a mark on AP Bren's lineup.
And now we're feeling AP Bren's wrath here. They put Etomax down to a fourth of his health, going for the pull. The dance resumes. Man, if AP Bren's lineup was a athlete, they would have cardio up to 1,000, man. Look at this, he's still going. Oh, wait, they catch Lapis in the back. Pops his consecration. He's still alive. Lord here at a fifth of its health. Big knockup. In comes Etomax. The last insanity. Etomax goes. Kaltisi scores the Lord. And they're still spinning. Etomax looking for one. Gets popped. Heavy spin from Matt trying to disengage. But Marco putting him down with a heavy crossbow. That's 3 for none. Plus the Lord. AP Bren. Big win.
Man, Sir Matt cannot catch a break here
Yep,
in
and
this one.
you know what, for AP Bren, this is where the sustain actually comes into place, because during that time, a lot of skills has been used by both Omega and AP Bren. But for AP Bren, because of the motivation roar from the Minotaur, it's a lot easier for them to stay on the place. And Omega was just forced not to go for a recall, because wait, we have to contest this Lord. We have to stay still. We have to stay here. Something like that.
That's something that a lot of people forget. He's also part of the healing meta. Very high healing from the roar. So I completely agree. Something maybe that Omega didn't account for their lineup.
Yeah, and they can just get overloaded. For the first half of this game, Omega was winning the whole sustain matchup because AP Bren wasn't there yet. And now, the swing, the rubber band effect, 5K ahead. They have closed the gap, they have shrank the map. Now Keldra's left half-baked.
Now, and it's also a 5.3k gold lead for AP Bren. And somehow for Omega, it's going to be detrimental for Chakno as well with the bursts from Few later on. So the best play for Smart Omega right now is go for the Flicker Wild Charge from Chakno. And for AP Bren, all they need to do is just to continue on zoning out plays from Omega using those Shadow Energy and Glooms from Few.
Which in the late game, it really does. The cooldown is so low
Right.
now. You don't even need those extra stacks from the Black Shoes anymore.
It's basically an auto attack.
That's true. That's true.
Leaving around.
Just throw it out there.
Flapteasy here, checking bushes the old-fashioned way, spots Matt and Ryota. And I can smell it. AP Bren wants to steal away this orange buff, and Matt can only do so much as watch.
All right, now it's a full-on invasion being done by AP Bren, depriving Omega of all the resources right
They're
now.
starving Matt.
Starving them. That's a bad thing to do. You don't want to see Matt hungry. Oh my goodness.
You don't want to see him. You don't want to see him that way. And speaking of hungry, one player that is also hungry for jungle or farm is even Kelra. So gold earned a lot of difference, knowing that this is already 30-minute mark. Because sometimes if there is an effective play from Smart Omega, Keller is really close as compared to the other gold laners. So looking at the items, we have Malefic Roar, which is a good thing because this is a sustain. AP Bren, same goes with the Demon Hunter Sword. Now the difference is that for the lifesteal on the Haas cost versus Iritel. So for Smart Omega, they need to find Super Marco in the middle of the team fight later on.
Yeah, I mean, obviously, the Itch also has that sustain, right? From Starlium Siphon, the passive. And but somehow I feel like Iritel just, his HP just goes boom, it's full again. Like,
Yep. It's more sustainable when you get the hits in.
Yep.
Yeah.
And by the way things have gone in the past couple of team fights, it's AP Bren who decides when the fight happens.
True
Keller
that.
has been put in a reactive position so far here, 13 minutes into the game. Another Lord is up. The dance initiated by AP Bren. Kaltisi with a massive pull. Oh Lord, that's as far as the Lord goes before resetting it.
Yeah, we're on the way to the back. All the way back to the back door here.
Yeah.
But yeah, they're holding it steady and they have full vision. Right now, Ogwin and Few are on the job. Matt, he's forcing it.
That's right. Lord here at a third of his health. Matt put right in the pit. It's like he was the Lord. And now, Flapteasy going to be hit by the Circling Eagle. Put down to a third of his health. Lord, hard reset.
And of course, the healing will come in, the regeneration as well. Full-on reset. They bought out as much of the skills as they could from the Omega lineup.
It's more of minion management for both, because we can see for the minion of Smart Omega already almost near the river. So AP Bren, what's good for them is to actually clear first prior the team fight. And kudos on the consistency of Flapteasy at the bottom lane, because it's almost close. It's already half in life.
Oh no.
That's the inhibitor turret.
Oh no, the Barangay sent the kill squad. There's 3 there. Wild charge on the Flapteasy. Circling Eagle 2. And here comes Kelra. Oh, that's it. No way Flapty survives that, but the Lord Dance continues. It's just Matt up here.
Oh, wait.
Can he go for the steal?
Oh.
It's him against the world, against AP Bren. Not gonna happen. Ogwin scores. And now they're looking for the punish. Can they do it? Ryota pushes them back. Ever the enforcer. They're not gonna take Matt, but they do lose out on the Lord. AP Bren, second one for game 1.
You could see the small amount of HP left over from that retribution.
Yeah, high risk, high reward play from a Smart Omega, but AP Brand's just ready for that.
Ooh.
And-
Circling Eagle plus the black shoes. I can't believe both of them can cancel it like that.
Yeah, they're canceling each other out.
Whoa.
Again, battle of the veterans for this one. I mean, veteran leaders.
I'll allow it.
Yep,
There it is.
it's
Four
a
out of five.
10-10. Oh, it's 4-5.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. Speaking
good.
of AP Brand, they have the Lord now at the bottom lane. So there's no flicker for Ogwen. So there's no possible surprise play for them. Not unless Few is able to cook majority of the players of Smart Omega, particularly Ryota's Piraga armor.
Coming in close though right now. Ogwen's Minoan Fury should be up anytime now. They could pull the trigger if they choose to. It could be it.
Oh, look at this well-orchestrated push. The siege of a lifetime from AP Bren. All 3 turrets threatened here. Only going to take mid and bottom down. And the Lord going to be made quick work of by the Barangay. They keep 1 inhibitor top.
And they're making Omega really work for their defense as well. And so far, we haven't actually seen the Filipino Savage show up as much as we thought he would here.
We saw some hints of it.
Yeah, earlier.
And weirdly enough, yeah, the first 5 minutes. How often does that happen?
Huh, that's interesting.
And actually, even for Keller, it's really hard for him to find that perfect spot because, again, for AP Bren, all they just need to do is to move forward. They have Ogwen on that roar. So probably for a Smart Omega, they could use another play, which they did at the bottom lane. Find someone that they could kill prior a Lord take.
That's crucial. So the timings are going to be super important. Itemization, though, I think Omega, they're slowly getting to the point where, yeah, maybe we can fight a full-on team fight.
Yeah, it's functional. But just to build on what you said there, Chantel, that's right, I agree. Maybe one solid pickoff before a big Lord Dance or a big rotation. How do you do it, though? Your only real target
Good question.
It's gonna
is
be
Marco.
Flapteasy. And even Flapteasy at the bottom lane. I mean, Flapteasy is the one that does the split push.
Yeah, but he eats
Yeah.
like
It
six
takes a
and
lot
a
of
half ults. He takes 6.5 ults. Where are you going to get the other 1.5?
I mean, it's really hard. And now that even Ogun has the immortality. And look at the damage of Few with against Chaknu.
So good.
So once there is a wild charge from Chaknu, it's just Smart Omega that should deal all the damage that they can deal.
Yeah, Smart Omega's really working for it because they're against literally the rock and the hard place in AP Ren's lineup because there's just no way to get about it.
That's just a scary picture, man. The rock in the hard place,
They're the
moving
both of them.
around to get you.
Exactly.
Moving around to
That's
get
scary.
you. And we're not talking about the Grok, folks. That's just the sad situation here.
The metaphorical rock.
Third Lord up, metaphorical and literal. Third Lord up already, 18 minutes in. It's AP Bren who decides to say, let's dance. Coyotes again go in for the immaculate pull all the way, putting 2 walls between the Lord and the rest of Smart
Yeah.
Omega.
And then, as a famous captain once said, they could do this all day. So
That's
they're
right.
just gonna keep going there, and they're gonna pull this door as far back as they can.
Oh,
Okay.
Flapteasy again,
That's the target. Interesting.
playing with Fate. Tempting Fate, 3 heroes on him. And this bush, look at how Ogre's holding
Look
it.
at this.
They're just
Man.
waiting for the perfect timing. I believe that this Lord is going to be reset yet
Yep.
again.
There you go.
There you go. That's one reason as to why Smart Omega actually picked Grok. It's a part of their strength as a team. And the reason as to why we have the Omega timers because they're doing this from time to time. Now for AP Brenna, they have 5.5k goal lead. We could see Few actually clearing first the minion wave at the top lane, which is
They're going.
a bait for them.
Whoa, there's a circling eagle, catches Flapteasy. And again, like it was nothing, he's back in the fight. He wants more. Lord here, still on the pull, slight advantage for AP Bren.
Few.
Put down to 2/3 of his health. Few just laying down all the shadow energies. Gloom is very happy to serve. Lord here at half health. Ryota gonna get his Firaga armor popped. Ain't no
Look at
lack
you.
of sanity for you. And look at the base. Smart Omega forced to respond. Chaknu all the way
Ow!
out. Ryota gets his Firaga armor up, but Super Marco here almost killed him. Etomax checks the bush. Lord here, a third of his health. Matt holding on for dear life. 4 members of AP Bren. Make that 5, just dancing around this pit. They're going to want to blitz this. There's the full barrage from Kelra! And Flapteasy finds him. Circling Eagle from Etomax. And he's still alive. Immortality still in tow. Lord here. Oh, there's a giving knockup.
Gonna be close.
Matt, he's waiting.
Chaknu?
Matt, Chaknu with the conceal.
Okay,
Forces
then,
the
after
reset.
everything.
Oh, Lord.
After everything.
No!
Okay, there's a play.
With the flicker and the Minoan Fury knocking up Matt. But they get stunned by Kelra. They back off. Once again, let's dance.
And we're back to square one, folks. But it's going to be a bruised and battered Smart Omega right now, who are going for the re-engage again.
Okay, after everything that has happened, again, the strength of Smart Omega now is their capacity and capability to set and reset the Lord. So now for AP Bren, since Omega is trying to poke them from time to time, Few just needs to continue that poke on that Firaga armor from Ryota. But yeah, speaking of, the strength of Smart Omega was the split pushes. This time around, it's AP Bren that's doing it.
Chaknu here, forced to use his wild charge. He's
Oh!
backing out, Few. Oh, wow, close call. The full barrage baited out. Kelra takes down El Capitan. And now, the Lord here, put down a 5th of his health. Flapteasy takes out a Capitan of his own.
Okay.
A Capitan of the Barangay. Flapteasy gets his immortality pop. Look at the base. That's a full-on inhibitor taken down. No more base turrets for the Barangay. And where'd the Lord go?
Oh,
Kyle
still Kyle.
scores it. Matt with a heavy spin. Ogwin here.
Omega's forcing
Still
it.
has an immortality. They have to disengage here. The Barangay lost way too much, even with that trade. And now they engage one more
Ryota
time.
has a flicker.
Look at the last insanity plus the wild charge. They pop an immortality here. Ryota's still alive. Kyle TZ goes.
Oh, Super Marco is still in line of fire here for Kelra. Pew, pew, pew goes the dynamite. Waiting up to the last moment, taking down the gold laner of AP Bren.
1 for 4. The Hive cannot take advantage of this big old Lord. It's gonna be melted down by the Barangay.
And now for the Barangay, all they need to do is to capitalize on the possible pushes from the turrets that they can do. Now for AP Bren, what's good for them is that they were able to secure the Lord. Again, we have to commend how Omega played for that one on the wild charge from Chaknu. Same goes with Ryota on that last insanity. Now AP Bren, they have the damage. All they just need to do is to somehow pinpoint who's the target for them during a team fight, because earlier they were like zoning out everyone. Few wants to zone out Ryota, and the other one, Flapteasy, comes in versus Etomax, so they have to regroup as a team. Really more on the judgment making, but wow, Kelra is now on 3-1-3.
Well, count on the Smart Omega to give you the most scrappiest team fights ever.
Right.
Oh.
And Matt was just there.
Oh! Coming in! Few gets pinned down and taken out! Now, it's the Barangay's turn. Here they go. Minoan Fury coming in from Ogwin. Big knockup. But there's not enough damage, but there is enough for Kelra to get taken out. Look at this. 3 members make that 4. In comes Super Marco from behind. Cavalry has come, but Omega calls it off.
That's the gold laner for the mid here. This is going to be very interesting because they're going for it again. Oh boy, that was risky.
Yep, I thought they are going to go for a play, but yeah, that's a good call for a Smart Omega. Now AP Bren, they need to pressure more the lanes of Smart Omega, because in 50 seconds there is going to be a Lord that will spawn, and by then Kelra is going to be available for the team fight. So with the positioning, it's actually a good call for AP Bren to force and find Kelra to be that casualty. So right now, that's just the pain point for AP Bren. It's Kelra.
It's Kelra, man. And the moment Kelra went down, I think the firepower of AP Bren kind of really whittled down as well, right? So, same is true, obviously, for AP Bren. It's more like 90% of their firepower is Super Marco. So, you got to keep your eyes on these gold laners, folks. They're really making the mark.
Now AP Bren has to play very, very specifically. They now have to do this without Smart Omega catching on to them. They have to use Few as bait.
Oh,
Sadly,
yeah. Sad to say.
The age of Flapteasy as bait has ended. At the 20-minute mark, it's no longer worth it. Now it's Few.
Yeah, actually earlier Few failed to push the black shoes. That's why that was so AP. Omega
During
sided.
the last Lord.
Yeah.
Oh wait.
Whoa!
Pew pew. There you
Point
go.
Blank wild charge. We were
wait,
just talking
it's
about
flying.
it. And now they force one. They pop Ogwin's immortality. but they're gonna have to let him go because it's a little too deep. Few here gets blocked through his
Oh, wait.
retreat. Oh, Black Shoes coming in. All of this is worth it already. The barangay just found treasure in trash. All of a sudden, Super Marco's out of the equation.
You know, Shelled, one of the least mobile heroes. Etomax is making it fly.
You know,
Literally.
right, flying
Literally.
siya. And yeah, for Smart Omega, they're just playing macro for this game. Wait,
Talking about the
he's flying again.
and
Oh!
Etomax almost gets punished. And the Kapitan gets protected by the Filipino Savage.
Okay, that was
Flicker in.
close.
Few still alive, Flickers out. That's a full barrage
was
out
full barrage
of
out.
this, but
Oh!
Ryota catches him. Of course, the general from the back uses the flicker, but that's more than worth it, fam. 2 members of AB Bren out.
You actually bought an immortality during that moment, but wasn't able to catch prior his death. So yeah, for Smart Omega, they have the upper hand right now, but they also have the minion wave. So it really, I mean, the retribution is gonna be the X factor this time around for this one.
More than just the retribution, I think AP Bren playing the map is making Smart Omega think twice. They have the Lord by the neck here.
Where's
Lord
Kyle?
on a fifth of its health. Look at Caldeezy from the back here, alongside Flapteezy. Oh, they're changing
Oh no, the Lord
their
has not finished it.
priority. Super Marco very low. Heavy spin from Matt coming out. Caldeezy holding on to the Lord. Where's it gonna go? AP Bren right in Calra's sights. They score the Lord.
Oh, no!
They're gonna get on out of here, and they're still alive. Flapteezy holds on to his immortality and his ult. They're good. They're golden. AP Bren still in this.
Just when I said that Smart Omega is playing micro, we saw AP Bren do some micro plays versus Omega. Again, there was a call because the minion wave is flowing at the bottom lane. So, yep, it was right that Omega is confused whether they are to clear the minion wave or whether they are to contest the Lord. One problem for them is that they weren't able to successfully reset the Lord because it was Chakno clearing the minion wave at the bottom lane.
Man, this is as close can get there in the items. So I think we're in a very even play field except for the inhibitor turrets and the Lord walking up on the mid right now. So Omega, they're putting up some pretty good fights, but can they keep this up?
This is the biggest fight, the greatest fight that they have to put up because this could be the last one right inside their base. Ogwin, desperation stomp coming in. Here comes the big old Lord.
Ow!
And there's a full barrage. Chakno already down low. And Kyle Easy pops up Poissons. They're clearing the waves. They're dealing extra damage. In comes Ogwin. Minoan Fury knocking up 2. Wild
One
charge
charge.
from Chakno. And
Oh,
the
that's
last
insanity.
insanity. That's a lot of damage. The Barangay happy to pop Super Marco's immortality. They're overloading the
that.
base. AP Bren just want to lock onto the base. Matt goes down. And they have to bide their time. Lord melted down. Few here. Gonna get hit by a circling eagle. Cancelled out. Popping the immortality. Ryota dealing a lot of true damage. AP Bren. They're not gonna lose anybody. Not in this fight.
Man, the counter punch from Omega actually was hitting very, very hard.
Yep.
Able to put a lot of dents on the tanks of AP Bren.
What a defense by Smart Omega during that time, and they're just protecting Kelra from time to time. But for AP Bren, they have to get to actually finish this game. And look at you, by the way.
The full barrage coming in
Phew!
from the Filipino Savage. Few just wailing away at the base. AP Bren takes game 1.